The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Welcome to the Nikki Glaser Podcast. This is a special edition from a DoubleTree near the Dulles Airport, where we have never intended to be in our entire lives and hope to never return to again. I'm here with my most loved possessions. I don't know.
We're not. I don't know.
Possessions?
Do you possess us?
I possess love for you. My most loved people in my life, Chris Convey is here.
Hello.
My boyfriend, hello. He said, we have to project.
Don't tell me what to do.
You always project on me anyways, psychologically. And then my sister, Lauren.
Hello. Nice to be here.
And my brother-in-law, Matthew Green.
Hello.
Were you going to give yourself a clap?
I don't know.
You were going to clap.
I was hoping it
went into a bow.
You bowed to yourself. Okay, so why are we in Dulles? Why are we in Washington, D.C.? Which, by the way, well, I'll get to it later, but what happened yesterday? Anyone want to top us off?
I mean, what didn't happen yesterday?
Am I right?
Question.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were all headed to Vienna to go see Taylor Swift and just to have a good vacation. Lauren and Matt have 3 kids. They have not been on a vacation away from their kids, even for a bathroom break in
That's true.
7.5 years.
Probably.
Yeah, since their oldest was born. And so they were getting away for the first time. They took me up on an offer that they couldn't refuse, and we were all going to go see Taylor Swift together. We boarded the plane yesterday in St. Louis at 11 a.m., just flying through the skies. Do you ever think back before a airline catastrophe, not like a real one where there's a crash, but like one of these, and you like think of how naive you were? Like I keep thinking back to that flight and being like, oh, I remember I was reading my Steve Martin book and just like planning where we might have lunch at Newark during our layover before Vienna, like just a dreamer.
I didn't even know we were circling. I was so engrossed in below deck that Nikki's like, do you know what's happening? And I was like, no. And she's like, oh, we're going to Dulles instead of Newark.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay. But apparently we had been circling for like an hour.
It was the longest flight. Yeah.
You can imagine. And
It was.
We knew something was wrong, but they didn't tell us anything for like
Yeah, I
an
kept
hour.
looking down, peeping for the ground, and it was just circles.
So, no, what happened was there was an announcement, and I usually miss those announcements because I am listening to blaring white noise on my AirPods.
What, Jason Mraz?
Yeah. Lucky we're in love with my best friend, which Lauren and I saw last week, and we resent your
Yeah,
comment.
don't talk about him that way.
He is white and he does make noise, but that is all we will admit to about that comment.
Sorry, you didn't say white scatting.
He did do some scatting.
Scatting.
He's kind of moved beyond the scatting.
Does anybody move? Are you ever allowed to move?
We can't
beyond
forget the scatting. No.
His memoir is going to be called Beyond the Scatting.
So I got like, I could tell because you were so chill that you had not heard the news. Not that you would like freak out. You're always chill. So I was kind of like, maybe you had heard it and were just being so cool. But but then I looked over at you kind of like, Berg, and you handed me your phone and said, is it crazy that I got emotional reading this? Do you remember what you handed me?
Yeah.
Yeah, will you tell them?
What were you reading?
I guess I should find it. Somebody tweeted out Representative Dean Phillips, the Minnesota Democrat who waged the futile challenge against President Biden in the Democratic primaries, praised the selection of his state's governor, saying,
This is about, Tim. Okay, sorry.
Tim Walz can fix a lawnmower, fire a cannon, and fiercely protect women's freedoms all in one day. It's pretty good.
It's so good.
I thought it was like a bit of a badass quote. I mean,
And he turned to me with tears in his eyes.
couldn't
and
care
said
less
this.
about women's freedoms, but that fixing a lawnmower.
Really identify with that part.
It was John Deere to your heart.
But this guy,
He liked it.
I really liked it. But that man, what a great! That guy seems like a great person.
Oh, he
Yeah.
seems amazing.
Such a contrast to all these other things we've been seeing, and we're like, my God, he's like surrounded by students that love him. He seems funny.
Yes.
It's just like, this is
God.
This is what we want.
He is such, like, someone just wrote to me, I forget who, on I posted something about him on Instagram, and someone wrote back to me and said, I've never stanned a politician before, but I guess this is the first time. Like, stand.
Like I can't.
Oh, like the Eminem thing?
Yeah, like, if you stand, you stand fish. Like, if you're a diehard fan, it's called standing. You guys never heard that?
No,
I'm not trying to be
never.
cool. I thought it was a known phrase.
Standing. Nope.
Oh, okay. It's from the Fish
Honestly,
song.
I can't-
Or it's from the Eminem song.
Oh, Stan.
Like, yeah. Where he's like,
I can't
kills himself.
stand this conversation.
Right.
But she said I've never stand a politician before, and I felt the same way. Like last night, Chris was in the bathroom and just like brushing his teeth, you were taking a shower, and then you came out 10 minutes later, and we're like, "Did you scream?" And I was like, "I don't know." And I go, "Oh yeah, I did," because I was like, "Babe," because I wanted you to see his speech. Did you guys see the clip of his speech?
Yeah.
Where he says, JD Vance, I'd love to debate you if you can get off the couch.
Yeah, that was good.
to reference him allegedly having
Hilarious.
sex with the couch is so funny.
Oh, I didn't even get that. Yes.
Burn.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was good.
yeah. It was like, it was so subtle and so funny. And I know that they're going to be like, oh, you stoop so low as to make a joke about this thing that isn't even true. But like, we're just joining
cares?
you. And
Yeah.
also it
He's
was it was deft and it was like perfect. And it was so funny.
Do we like him because he doesn't seem like a politician? Because everything we're talking about is like not a characteristic politician.
It just, he seems like a good guy.
He seems like a real person.
Seems like he taught social studies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he knows about the
Did you hear-
government and how it's supposed to work.
Did you hear his response to people saying like, he looks way older than 60? And he said like, well, if you've had lunchroom duty for 20 years, you'd lose your
That's
hairs too.
right. God. So Chris was crying about that quote. I
wasn't.
He's weeping. He had to use the barf bag to catch his tears. It was nuts. You
I was
guys.
just filled with emotion. That's
It was
not
so
crying.
sweet
Haven't cried since 1989.
when you were 8 years old. What happened?
I skinned my knee.
Or are you talking about Taylor Swift's album?
Ah, yes.
Thank you.
Nice one, sis.
good.
That was really
You
good.
both had a good
yeah,
one.
That was
You haven't.
really good. Matt,
No,
we're
this
still.
was good.
Oh, that
Oh
was
yeah,
good.
you bowing to the camera was good, Matt. So then we're circling Dulles, trying to, because they're like,
And we're supposed to land in Newark.
yeah, we're supposed to land in Newark to go to Vienna. We're circling Newark. They're like, then they let us know, nope, we're being rerouted to Dulles because we're running out of fuel. So we go land in Dulles, and we get off the plane. It is mayhem inside. We get in line to talk to the front desk. You guys know the old story. We don't have to, this is just a bad travel day. They have no information for us. We then almost split up. So we almost go, here's the thing. Can I just give some advice to besties? Never leave your bags. If your bags are on a flight going somewhere and you get diverted and they try to, your bags are going to that place, you're going to the other place, stay with the bags if you can. And that was my motto of the day. But then we talked about it and we were like, okay, the bags will eventually make it. We can just shop for new stuff. Let's just try to get out of Dulles and go to Vienna. So, but there's only 2 seats available on 2 different flights leaving from Dulles to Vienna. So then we decide to split up. Lauren and Matt are going to go through London. So long, London. And Chris and I are going to go through Hamburg. And so we decide, yep, let's leave our bags. Let's go on these separate voyages and we'll meet in Vienna, about 7 hours difference each. And so Matt and Lauren agree. Those 2 ladies.
Wait, we were tricked. I feel like
We were having a
coerced.
conversation about what we were going to do, and it took about
15 seconds.
30 seconds. And within that time, we all lost our flights, and we couldn't get them back. Sorry,
And
the seats were taken.
yelled at me about, well, guys, we don't have enough time. There's a whole line of people. We don't have time for you to debate. And I go, I think I don't ever get yappy with those girls. But I go, I think it took 15 seconds for me to talk about whether or not I should abandon my bag. Like, I go, I'm allowed 15 seconds to decide. If anyone in the world, I am the most cognizant of people in line behind me struggling. I will never waste anyone's time.
And you're the quickest
Decision maker,
I've
yeah.
ever met. And that's a good thing and a bad thing, but you are the quickest by far I've ever met.
Well, Chris had a really good point last night about my quick decision making because I was lamenting. So it ends up, blah, blah, blah. That flight, we get back on the flight from Dulles to Newark. We get back on. We wait, and they go, we have to deplane again. So then we're just we're stuck in Dulles. We decide to spend the night in Dulles. We're going to get our bags in the morning, and then we were going to go from Dulles to Vienna all together on a different flight today at 8:45 p.m. We were supposed to be in Vienna. We were already supposed to be in Vienna for 7 hours at this point right now. And now we're not leaving here for another 10 hours. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're still going. Life is great. What a joy. We get to ride in the sky like a bird.
We got to eat dinner in a boardroom.
Yeah. So, well, I was lamenting last night that we did get a voucher for a free hotel room for each of us, which is nice, at a DoubleTree.
Yep.
And then later on, I was
What's
like,
the DoubleTree promise?
the DoubleTree promise is that you get 2 cookies upon check-in and someone has shit in your tub within the past 2 weeks. That's the DoubleTree promise. Watch my special, now nominated for an Emmy, called I hope someday you'll die. I almost said good clean film. I have so many. I can't keep track.
Oh,
And so then last night we're in bed and I was like kind of being like sad about the fact that
what was your state of mind basically the whole time?
I was miserable all day long.
Right.
Because I have to do a bunch of Zoom calls because I'm nominated for an Emmy. I don't know if you guys knew that, but being nominated for an Emmy means you have to like promote that you're nominated for an Emmy to Emmy voters. There's it's stage 2 voting that starts August 8th. And we need there's different stages of it and you need to get people to vote for your Emmy.
And it's ruined your life.
It's kind of brought a lot of turmoil into my life because I have to do Zoom calls and look appropriate and men are so lucky that they don't have to do hair and makeup. I am just saying, I've said it before, I've said it again. It is such a joy to be a man in that respect because they just go, I get asked all the time, make a promo video to promote your shows in Sacramento. We need a video to do this. And it's like, but I need to look like I look on TV for these people to come see me. I know that not everyone's an idiot and thinks I always look that way, but you want to look a little bit presentable. Ladies know.
What do you say to people that are like, you don't have to wear makeup?
I say, you haven't seen me without makeup. Do you want to see how bad it gets? Because I'll send you the video and then you will need CGI experts to make this look in a way that doesn't give people pink eye upon seeing it. So,
But you don't have makeup on right now. You look great.
no, I do. I have but I also have glasses that are covering half my face and a hat. And this is my podcast, and I feel less pressure about this because
People hear
because no one watches this on YouTube. Go look at the numbers. No offense. Most people listen to this, thank God. And so, but the thing that I have to record, let me just be quite honest about the thing that I'm nervous about, is there's this For Your Consideration event for HBO where all HBO talent is there. Anyone nominated for an Emmy within the HBO circus is there. And they're going to just toss to a video of me being like, sorry, I can't make it. Thank you so much. And I don't even know what it's supposed to be. I've been writing my publicist being like, is this a thank you speech to HBO? Are voters there? Do I say vote for me? And it's literally still unclear. I do not know what I'm supposed to say. I'm supposed to just make a joke about going to see Taylor Swift. And I go, but isn't that going to make it seem like I don't care about the Emmy voters, that I'm not there and I'm going to see Taylor Swift? And she was like, well, you joke about it in your special. I'm confused, but
Can you write anybody that has done that and say, what did you say in your video?
thank God my amazing assistant Jen looked up past videos of people that sent in and gave me some examples. So I will watch those before I do it. So anyway, last night I was looking at the app that the United gave us free hotel and they gave us $15 meal vouchers, which can get you a Dasani water at most Hudson News. And
Wait, 15? I thought it was 30.
15 each.
No, I think it was 2. No, I think it was 30 each, but 2 15 vouchers per person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I take it back. Thank you, United.
2 waters.
Two
at
waters.
Hudson News.
Yes, a water and half a Taylor Swift commemorative magazine. And then, but then I was like, oh, I just, sometimes like when you get an email from United with a bunch of useful information, they'll just throw in like ads for Uber, like you'll just get an ad. So I thought it was just an ad for Lyft, but it was a voucher for Lyft.
Yes.
And I could have gotten a Lyft black car that ended up costing me $100 to get I got us a black car from the airport last night. And I do have $100 to willy-nilly spend. But it would have been nice.
Brag.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just saying it would have been nice to use the free one, which I did not use.
Well, can we use it today?
Well, I was complaining to Chris. I was like, God, I just like don't look at things long enough. If someone else would have gotten this email, they obviously would have seen this. Like I just like zoom past things. And Chris had a really great thing to say to me.
It was Nikki makes such fast decisions about everything, right? And she's moving at like this kind of a different speed. And so because she's making fast decisions, she has become successful, I think. I think it's like one of the reasons, but it comes at a cost. And that cost is $100 lifts from the airport. So because she's scanning things and making quick decisions,
I'm making more money ultimately but I'm missing out on these little...
You're making more progress than people that are like thinking about it for 4 days like I would. But I wouldn't miss the Lyft taxi thing. But
would not.
Doesn't matter because Nikki's outperformed those types of mistakes.
And that made me feel better. Like if you focus on things that you always do wrong, think about the ways in which they are improving your life instead of the things that you're just like, I'm always forgetting this. Like Lauren, what's the thing you always do?
That I always do wrong?
Yeah, like what's the thing that you're constantly like I move too fast and I don't look at details and I always miss details and then I get so frustrated with myself.
I mean, I mess up with dates all the time. Like I see a date and I think like, oh, that's when that thing is. And then I will like somehow misconstrue it and turn it into a new date and set that in my mind that is the actual date. And then I like will miss appointments or something.
Yeah, you convince yourself like, no, it's always been this date.
Yeah, I don't know how I do that, but yeah.
And then, so I think that's benefiting you how?
Yeah, how's that benefiting you? Oh, sometimes you miss things that you never wanted to go to in the first place.
I think that's what it is. I think they're dates about things that you're dreading, and then you get
like
out of them.
Subconsciously, my mind is like,
yes,
I'm not going to do this.
Yes, you never really wanted to do this in the first place, and you didn't really have to, because is your life working great right now? Is everything great?
Yeah, it's fine.
Then everything worked out. Okay.
Is everything great with you?
Pretty much. Everything is good.
What do you have to complain about?
This video that I have to make and figuring out how to like make it funny while also thinking like, oh my God, Kristen Wiig is going to be watching this or whatever. Who's on HBO? What's his name? The
Larry
Last
David.
of Us. Oh, Larry David.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I gotta make Larry David laugh, and I have to
These-
make Pedro
these guys-
Pascal feel no anxiety because sometimes he gets anxious and he has to hold someone's hand. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Why don't you do that?
So cute.
Why don't you just talk to Pedro Pascal?
Oh, that's funny. I wish I was there because I want you to hold my hand.
Yes.
Because everyone did see that clip, right?
No, I didn't see that.
It should just be a plea to Pedro Pascal.
Well, if you didn't
and then
see
be like,
the
oh
clip-
yeah, I didn't do Miami's.
Matt only watches canoe videos. So his Instagram.
Okay, we'll tell you what happened.
We were talking about my
on-
Instagram.
Oh yeah, we should talk about
We'll tell you what we're all watching on Instagram and what Pedro Pascal did in a clip that I referenced when we get back after this. All right, we're back. So the video map that you missed was Pedro Pascal is in like some kind of like not red carpet, yeah, kind of red carpet
premiere or
premiere thing where they're being interviewed, and it said it's telling us what to feel about this clip, the text, but it's like sometimes Pedro Pascal suffers from, anxiety, and
he needs like human contact
yeah,
to calm him down.
Yes, he needs. I love that we all saw this same clip, and he needs human contact to calm him down.
It's like an American Tale.
And then he, like, you see him just like gracefully touch this woman's shoulder, the next to him, his castmate, and then she just like reflexively just puts out her hand for him to hold, and then they hold hands, and he like seems to have more confidence, and it's so fucking cute.
So cute.
God, he is just. I think there's some celebrities that no one dislikes. We got Dolly Parton, we got Pedro Pascal, we got
That's it.
I think that's all we got.
I asked somebody who worked
Betty White
on SNL who their favorite person that came through is, and they said Pedro Pascal.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He might be perfect.
He might
He seems perfect.
be
Well, easy.
Perfect.
Anybody with a Latin flair
Oh my
is
God,
perfect
when
to you.
Is that why you're trying to wear a chain? Can we talk about Matt's chain?
No, we don't need to talk about that yet.
We'll get to Matt's chain.
He's actually from Brazil originally.
Pedro?
Yes.
I don't think he is.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
I was
This is-
confusing him
Spanish
Other
teacher.
perfect guy.
That's racist.
With the guy that played, he was in that show on Netflix.
Narcos?
Yes, Narcos.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Do you watch Narcos with no subtitles, and can you get by? Because my sister's fluent in Spanish.
I love subtitles. I like to read subtitles when I'm.
No, but like,
Watching-
can you watch
Can you,
a
though?
Spanish show?
Can you watch Dora the Explorer?
Oh, I can.
With no
There's a
help?
lot of slang. There's a lot of Colombian
Dora?
slang in Narcos that it's like it's hard because every country has their own dialect.
He's Chilean and American.
Okay, never mind. I was thinking of the guy that played
Thank you,
the
Noah.
drug smuggler on Narcos. He was Brazilian, but he had an amazing ability to just like pick up.
But do you know what I'm talking about? There's some celebrities that have there's no tension around them for people. They're just like, and both sides love them. They're usually women who are old, and non-threatening. But Dolly Parton wasn't always old and non-threatening.
Yeah.
Or they're men.
Do you feel like I feel like J-Law has gotten and Emma Stone? I feel like there's a lot of love for
you're
Emma
right.
Stone.
Yeah, there's a lot of love for Emma Stone.
What about Will Ferrell?
There's like a weird group of people, and they're very uncool, who will be like, I don't really think he's funny, and you're like, you're out of your mind.
You know who doesn't think he's funny?
He's like the greatest
Wild.
American.
Yeah.
Oh, he, by the way, is the CEO and namesake of the Big Money Players, which is my network. So
There's just the biggest douchebags on the planet, and there's not very many of
that's
them.
the
Will
truth.
try to be interesting people by being like,
yes,
if they do that with everybody though, like, I don't think this absolute gem of a human being is that good.
yeah,
And
and
they're wrong.
I know one of them, and it's the one glitch in this person's opinion.
Can you name names?
Well, I feel bad. Like,
Whisper it to me.
yeah, isn't that insane? He's like, I don't get it, and it's like, well, you need to go be taken to a hospital if you don't think Will Ferrell's funny. It's crazy.
People, I mean, he's an amazing guy. Greatest taste in music that I know.
Yeah.
But that's a blind.
It's
Wow.
a huge blind spot, and I think that he just
Are you
hasn't been
rethinking your entire childhood?
No, I'm thinking of examples of people that
are like wildly loved.
Well, who?
Jimmy Fallon, I feel like, has that.
No, are you kidding
there's a
me? There's
backlash.
so many people that yes, people. I love Jimmy.
Not a simpleton.
There's a backlash on all the late night guys.
Yeah, it's not you canoe video watchers.
not a backlash. It's there. Some people are like, I hate this one and I love that one. It's competitive, so
Right.
you kind of automatically have to say you don't like other ones to like.
Doesn't everybody still
just so
love
likable.
Justin Timberlake?
No.
No,
You are.
I know that much.
Okay, good. You're setting us up.
That was
Jennifer Aniston.
a good one.
Everyone loves Jennifer Aniston.
I feel like she also.
Obama.
Oh,
well,
I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's just some people, and I always am like, how do you thread that needle and be that person? But the thing is, you just can't. People are just gonna not like you sometimes. But has anyone ever not liked you? Have you ever heard rumors of like a teacher or a student who didn't like you, and you're just like, why?
I've like not gotten along with some coworkers. Like actually just one.
Well, how does that happen?
Always butting heads.
What's his name?
No, it's a female teacher.
And how? What? You don't have to go.
I
into
just
it.
thought she was like rude a lot of times, very curt with certain people, and everyone would just give her a pass and be like, well, that's just how she is. And I was like, no, you're not allowed to treat people that way. And I would call her out for it, and I was the only person that would actually like stand up to her, and we always like butted heads. I mean, for like 10 years, every couple years we'd have like
a moment. Did
it
other
was-
coworkers know
yes.
like Lauren and this person?
very uncomfortable moments where we'd be like have a staff meeting, and I would like say something and then she would take it offensively and it would like shut down and we would not talk for like weeks after
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a
yeah.
lonely place to be when you're the only person that calls out somebody who
And
Yes.
and
Is
no
acting a
one would
fool.
pick a side because everyone wanted to like keep the peace. And so
Yeah, because everyone's scared of this woman, probably.
Oh, very scared of her. Yeah.
Have you ever had enemies?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
His
I
old
had-
boss.
Well, yes, that was one, but the biggest one was in college. Lauren and I had to secretly date, and then because it was my roommate at the time, he did not like that Lauren and I started dating.
Really?
It ended in a fist fight.
What?
Wait,
Yes.
why?
I've never punched anybody in my life.
We never heard this story?
No.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Wait, why did he love you?
No, maybe. I hope. Probably.
He was
I wouldn't
just,
blame him.
He was just.
I did wear a chain back then.
I bet you anything. It was because he felt your friendship was threatened, and you weren't getting. He wasn't getting any more time with you, and
Oh,
he's a
that's
little bit
interesting.
gay for you, and that which is no
Oh,
no
you think
harm.
I think
so?
he was just into
No,
Lauren.
No,
really?
was he into you?
Yes.
Oh, that's it.
That
Oh,
was
I didn't know
it.
it. Oh, I thought it was. I didn't realize that. Was it? Did he start with a T?
No.
Oh, who was the? When did this
We'll
happen?
talk about this off camera.
Oh my god! So he had a crush on Lauren and was upset that you were with her.
Yeah, you thought
Yeah,
that
he
the way.
thought he was trying to like. He thought that Matt understood that he was pursuing me, but it was like we were always just friends, and I was like, no.
And
I
had-
love that it comes down to like, it's not that Lauren doesn't like me. I'm gonna beat this guy up and then she'll like me. It's like, what?
He called him
beat
a
him up.
snake in the grass. and was like,
Well, he didn't beat me up.
didn't
for
beat
the
him up.
record, No.
Or he thought he was gonna beat you up and then win her for some reason. Like that would win her.
It just got weird. There was just a lot of animosity, and it was like Lauren at one point was like, we can't have a secret relationship. We got to end this." So it came to a head, and
Did you get some good licks in?
there was a bleeding.
No way.
There was.
Yeah.
he just like attacked you.
I got attacked. Hilariously, one of the moves in the whole thing had happened in the hallway of our apartment, and there was some swinging and like on the ground wrestling. And at one point, he tried to give me a like an atomic wedgie. I kid you not, my underwear ripped when he did it.
Oh my god!
Was anybody else around?
Yeah, you were there.
I was there. I was
No.
just like,
It was wild.
Let me guess, you guys were drunk.
No.
completely.
No,
it was like
daytime.
middle of the day.
It was not
after
like
classes.
it was not a late night drunk thing. It was literally
Classes.
no. It was like
No, just
It was like he came home. It was, probably Friday, kicking off the weekend. And he came home. Lauren and I were there with two other friends, and we were just enjoying the afternoon. And then he came
Secretly
home.
dating.
Yeah. Well, he knew at that point, but he turned on music, got really loud, and then got really weird. And then
What's he doing now?
he was in his room, closed the door,
Prison?
had like
maybe?
blaring music, and
But
then
yeah, it was just like
It was
was weird.
just-
It got weird, and then that was
Lauren always had guys that liked her so much that they would get like insane.
yeah. You
What are
you
you
drive men
talking about?
crazy.
That was like the only time that was a weird situation.
No, I feel like there were other times in like high school and stuff where guys would get like too big of crushes on you and then act a fool. What about the one time that you got into a physical fight in 3rd grade with Gary?
I didn't get in a physical fight with him.
Didn't you push him or he pushed you or something? And didn't you go to?
Well, yeah, I guess he pushed me, but I didn't like fight him back. But yeah,
did-
I had a bully in 2nd grade,
Because he probably liked you.
and I had to go to the principal's office because it was just he would call me. He would like make fun of me and be like, "You have veins in your forehead." I remember him saying that
You
about
don't?
me.
And then Lauren slayed him with the best insult ever.
I called him Mary.
Well, yeah.
His name was Gary.
Yeah, but then there was another one. Remember the sweatshirt he was wearing?
No, how do you remember this?
What?
Your best memory.
She has the best memories.
No, okay. He used to wear.
Yes, he wore a limited sweatshirt. Like it said limited, the women's brand. And I was like, "You're wearing a girl's sweatshirt."
And that was the
Yeah,
step
and I
too
think
far,
that
and
was
that's
the
when he
kicker.
shoved you.
Yeah, he
or
pushed
whatever.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
But he would chase me down the like soccer field, and he would just like yell taunts at me and chase me. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, why am I like dealing with this? I remember crying to my teacher, and she was like, it's not your fault, it's okay. But when you're a second grader and you're getting like bullied by a boy, it's just, yeah, it was not a great time.
Did you ever get bullied?
No. The only time like there was like a moment was in college, and I started seeing this girl who you guys know.
Oh, I know this. I love this story.
And I don't think I really knew it, but
this girl this is such a crazy story. Chris and I started dating, and we were talking about like who he dated in college, like who I might know, because he went to a college that a lot of kids from my high school went to, and he dated
Can you say the college?
It doesn't matter. Let's just keep it vague.
Okay.
He dated for a while. Right?
Yeah.
He dated.
How long did you guys date?
The most popular girl from my sister's grade, who my sister was also one of the most popular girls in her grade, not because she wanted to be, just because she was very pretty and everyone liked her. But this girl,
Great personality too.
yeah, it's fine. And so so this girl was in competition with my sister because this girl was artificially the popular girl, you know, like tried to be and was like badass and like wore her hair with like, you know, like she would like blow out her bangs and was just like, had like this, like she would like go tanning beds and stuff.
It was natural to her.
So this girl,
I don't know if I agree with that, Nikki.
Yeah.
that she would blow out her bangs and was trying to be popular. She was like a mean popular girl.
Yeah, she was not very
totally
nice.
was. She
She
was a
wasn't.
mean
She
popular
was?
girl. Yes, she was a
No,
mean
she was
girl.
not a nice girl.
I liked her because she made fun of me a bunch. That's why I really
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say I have good friends that are good friends with her still. So
The first time I met her, she just burn after burn after burn, and I was like,
wow.
I love this girl.
Shut up, stupid. So it was so ironic because I knew this girl because I'm sorry that you're still friends with girls that know her. Back in high school, I did not
I'm
like
not
this
friends
girl
with her, so it
because
doesn't
she did
matter.
not seem cool to me. She seemed like a bully. She seemed to be jealous of you. Like she just was. I heard that she was mean to you a couple times. So I
she's
did not
cool.
like her, and I still don't like her because
No,
of those.
she's great.
I'm sure she's fine now. I'm sure she's great. I'm sure I could go on and on about all the things I'm sure about her.
Her bangs are still
all
popping.
you said about her is that she makes fun of you. Why is she
Best-
great?
Yeah, why is she so great? Because she was hot?
She was hilarious.
Okay, she was hilarious. I am sure she's hilarious. I'm sure, and she was very popular. A part of this is coming from my jealousy of how this girl was popular with every guy from my
Best looking
grade.
girl I ever dated.
And that's not true. And I am not the number
I'm
one,
just
but that is not true.
I'm just
There is one more that's hotter than her. And so, but she was very hot. So, but this girl, I just always knew as like, this girl was mean to my sister. I don't like her. And then I'm starting to date Chris, and he tells me that he dated her for a while. So anyway, you dated this girl in college.
Yeah, I dated this girl in college, and I guess she was talking to some other guy at some point, and he, one night, I guess he found out that I was hanging out with her. And one night, he lived like 3 houses up. My car window was down, and he used it like a bathroom.
Are you kidding
Just for
me?
standing there, and he did it, and somebody said they saw
Number
him.
one.
No, yeah. Somebody said they saw him, and I was like, what? And it got back to like the people that I worked with, and they're all bouncers, they're huge, and they all wanted to kill him. They were like, we're just gonna beat his ass. I was like, no, let me go talk to him. And so I guess the next night I went down to his house and knocked on his door. I was like, man, what's going on?
That's so embarrassing.
Was
to
he,
have
like,
someone
wasted?
confront you
He
and
just-
like
He was wasted when he did it, and he was totally cool about it. And he was like, he was apologetic.
Did you clean it up?
No, because I think I cleaned it up.
Oh,
Did you clean
And you're still good at doing that to this day with our dog. We'll be right back after this. And we're back. Today we are in DC. Our plane doesn't leave till 8:45 p.m. And then I think, where are we traveling to first? Hamburg?
no, Zurich.
Zurich.
Yeah, Zurich.
Oh, back to Zurich.
Oh.
We were just there to see
We were
Taylor
just
Swift.
there.
And now, this is breaking news for the group. I think I told you on chat this morning, but I thought we were going to land at like 2, and then Lauren and I would have to go, not have to, we're going to see Taylor Swift that night at like 7, which would have been rough. I could have done it, but it would have been rough. But instead, we are seeing Taylor Swift the next night, and it's all 4 of us for the first night. Then the second night, Lauren and I are going solo. And so we have
so first night, it's all of us.
Yeah.
First night is all of us, but the first night is not until the day after.
Girl from your high school.
How dare you? And so we're gonna land. I have faith that everything's gonna go smoothly today. What are we gonna do in DC today after this podcast?
I think it's between the Holocaust Museum and the
Smithsonian.
Yeah. I think we should. Lauren loves the Holocaust, so I think we should do that.
Well, Lauren already said we just have to prepare ourselves for Austria.
Yeah, that's good. We are going to Austria.
What did you say?
Hitler's greatest hits.
Oh my god.
So bad.
That is the exhibit that they're doing there for a limited time. Hitler's greatest hits. So I think what's going on in the Smithsonian? Whenever I think of Smithsonian, what's the first image that comes to your head? For me,
like a big bronchosaurus or something.
Oh, I think of a big mammoth tusks.
Oh.
And then like a tote bag.
I think of a gold coin. I don't know why.
I do have this thing called museum fatigue that happens to me. It's a real thing. I looked it up on Wikipedia because I was in Amsterdam with my parents and we were going through the Rijksmuseum and I was feeling sleepy, disoriented, agitated. I mean, what's new? And so,
but your posts were so funny of all those paintings that you were like focusing in on.
Oh
making
yeah,
comments.
that's the only way I have fun.
Let's do that.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, that'll make it fun.
I looked it up and I just typed in like museum feeling sick because I was feeling like I don't really
Nauseous
ever feel sick, and so it was notable. And it's a real thing that's been studied called museum fatigue. And it's been studied since the 1800s, and museums are designed to combat it. Not well, might I add, because everyone's quiet and it's dark. But I was getting ornery. There was one guy who like walked by me, and like I was typing in my phone. So this new phenomenon of old men yelling at younger people about being in their phones is fucking wild to me because. Guess what, all old people, you're all addicted to your phones too. You're like worse than us because your brains are going back to the way that they were when they were babies and they're impressionable and not working as strongly to combat being addicted to things. Old people are more addicted to their phones than us millennials are. I think there are studies, but they just keep going, Jesus Christ, you're on your phone all the time. And they have to like mutter underneath their breath. And I go, excuse me? I go, Jesus Christ. I just said it back to him like really like, yes. I was not in the mood. And then I waited for him because I wanted to see him again.
Museum rage.
I was pissed. And then this guy, like, because he just kept going, he just, like, I hate when someone tries to, like, mutter under their breath something to you and then think they can get away with it. Because they're such passive-aggressive little pussies.
That passive-aggressive stuff.
I can't do it. And so I just go, Jesus Christ! behind him and just imitated him to his dumb fucking bed. And then I was trying to find him throughout the whole thing, but he kind of, like, slipped away. But I was looking into it, and it's a real thing that, it happens in museums. 20 minutes into a museum, a lot of people are struck by complete tiredness and boredness. And it all starts to just like, there's only so many pictures you can see of people going like this with no eyelashes going,
no eyelashes. You're so right.
Why was everyone
Why did
drawing
eyelashes
Jesus
disappear in the
and
Renaissance?
babies? Fat babies, Jesus, and sad women. And just like, it was just a bad time.
Well, the Jesus stuff is because the church had all the money and would commission like artwork.
I don't really need to see it a bunch. And why is every famous painting?
What's your dream museum? Like, what's a museum that like this is something you could do for an hour?
Like, I think maybe more modern or more like just like bright images that aren't all Catholic sadness and like aren't and just things that I think sometimes the most famous paintings that's That's why I subscribe to this YouTube channel where it's like great art explained in 10 minutes, and it will take you through all the most famous paintings and really give you a reason why it's so great. Like,
And if you listen to it on double speed, it only takes 5 minutes.
that's true. Oh my God, the other day.
It was unbelievable. Nikki's listening to what is it?
Las Culturistas, which is on Big Money Players. It's my favorite podcast, I think, of all time.
And these guys are talking fast anyway. Like, they're fast talking culture, like gods. And they're just like, blah, 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 blah. And Nikki listens to it on double speed. I couldn't understand any of it.
Chris looked at me like I was listening to Japanese or something. Like, he was like, how could you ever? He goes, is this real? Because I usually would not show him that I'm listening that fast because it's kind of embarrassing. Because it looks like I'm not really like consuming art. It just makes me seem like some kind of like I just read books like you know, like I'm skimming things.
It is the equivalent of like that speed reading like in Short Circuit.
But I can. But you follow all of it? Not all of it. Sometimes they will say something really funny and I can tell, and it's just a little too fast because they were, you know, just talking faster. And so I'll go back and make it 1.75 or 1.5 to like, or 1 sometimes to really catch it. But I will say most of the time that I go back and make it 1 to understand it, it wasn't even understandable in 1. Like, it was some kind of mic issue where they kind of brought it away. So I really can follow it at speed. But it was kind of embarrassing getting caught listening to it like that because it sounds like a foreign language to anyone else. But where was I going with this?
Your ideal museum.
Ideal museum. Like, I really like Edward Hopper. I like things that look the way they're supposed to look. I like realism, I think. I can take a couple Monets, but I don't need more than 2. Like, I get it. Like,
all right, we got a 2 Monet limit. Okay. Cool. Good
and like, what is the big one that's like at this? Oh, everyone's like, you must see this one painting at the Reich Museum, and it was like some kind of. It wasn't even
the Night Watch.
The Night Watch.
Yeah.
Is that Goya?
Was so bored by that painting. There were thousands of paintings that were more interesting than that, and I really don't understand. I got to watch the YouTube video about that. Why that's interesting? Because what is going on in that painting that is different than any? Like, I get Guernica. That is something that you go, whoa, this is huge. There's a lot of stuff going on. Or Washington crossing the Potomac.
Yeah.
Lots going on. Night Watch was very boring.
I think it was the way that the artist was able to capture the light
at night.
Yes.
You just don't appreciate light.
I don't appreciate
the facial
light.
You've never been a light guy.
expressions were very telling. I feel like we saw that
Yeah, we saw
painting.
that.
Were you moved by it?
I thought the size of it.
There is a
impressive,
pretension
but yeah,
going on with art.
Yes, absolutely.
That is
absolutely
kind of
is.
unnecessary. Like, when you enter a museum, suddenly, like, you are more cultured than anyone else, and and you just stare. I mean, this isn't the first time anyone said this, but like, just staring at a painting and like, even I feel self-important when I'm like really taking in art, and I'm like, wow, I must be so intellectual that I can stare at this picture of a mopey woman over a baby crib. That, like, I can like really look at it, and like, I'm spending more time with it, and I'm looking at the detail. Like, I must be smarter and a better person than everyone here who's just walking by it. Like, I think people really, that's why that man was like, Jesus Christ, on your phone. Like, don't be on your phone in the museum. It's like, why not? The people who made these paintings would have been on their phones too if phones existed back then. They would have made these paintings on their phones. You're not better than me. And then...
That's the point. Yeah. You're not better than me.
And then there was another guy at this fucking Amsterdam museum that I was asking where the airplanes were, because my dad was adamant on seeing the aircraft, which sounds like there's going to be multiple. No, I know that's a plural, but it was one aircraft.
What? That's it?
Yeah.
What is it?
It was a plane. It was like a biplane.
Oh, man.
It was really cool. But
Can I also say that old people like airplanes?
They really
And
do.
trains.
And yeah, they love. Dad was really excited about
in
seeing this.
automobiles.
Transportation.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
But I was just trying to get Dad and Steve Martin. I was just trying to get Dad and John Candy. And I was just trying to get Dad up to that fucking plane so we could leave, because he was getting a little ornery. And like, we've already been to this, you know, so I was just like, we got to find this plane. So dad is satiated and we can leave. Not because I wanted to leave, but dad was just, he was getting too hot. There were too many stairs. It was around dad's lunchtime. Side note, Lauren made a genius thing for my dad's 70th birthday. She did 70 reasons why we love dad. And it's so funny. But one of them was like, no one has a more regimented meal schedule than like a rare. Honestly, he's like a rare bird that's the last of the species that we're trying to keep alive. Like that you must feed. If dad doesn't have dinner in place in front of him by 6:31 p.m. Central Time, there will be a panic. Another thing about dad is that if he switches time zones, he will talk about it. And it will be the reason for anything that's going wrong. So, like, if my dad goes to the West Coast, he'll be like, well, where we're from, it's 9 o'clock right now, so we're really tired. But then if he is in the West Coast and then travels to the Central Time Zone, he'll be like, oh, well, we traveled so much today because of the time zone. The time zone will never serve him.
He did use the term he was jet lagged from being in California.
Can you be jet lagged? It's a 2-hour difference. You can't.
I don't know.
Dad talks about jet lag like it is stage 4 cancer. That is how much he will use it to get out of things, to be excuses for things. But Lauren made a really good list that are we should read some of them because they are so funny. But so I was trying to find this plane to get dad to lunch. And I went up to this guard who was like kind of my age. And I thought, oh, finally, like someone who's not going to Jesus Christ me. And this guy, and I go, excuse me, where is the aircraft? And he spoke English. And he's like, you're going to go straight down this hall. And I go, oh, thank you. And I start walking down the hall. And he goes, I'm not done. But then he just stares straight ahead. Like, I hate when that they do that. Like, instead of being like, ma'am, I'm not done talking. He just goes, well, I'm not done. And then he looks off like this, like, you made me mad. And I go, what? And he goes, I wasn't done talking. And I go, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I was just trying to not bother you for a really long time. And he was like, no, you seem to know where to go. And I'm like,
no,
are we
way.
dating? I swear to God.
My God.
I go, no, I want to know where to go. I'm so sorry. I'm stupid rushed Canadian, because I always say I'm Canadian if I do something that seems annoying that they're going to attribute to Americans.
That's great.
That's from Chris. And so I go, sorry, all of our books cost $1.50 more than American books. And I was just trying to find about where we could get airplanes. But yeah, he did that to me. And I was just like, and after Jesus Christ, man, and that man, I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. This place hates me. Everyone here hates me. I'm just a dirty American who has no patience, and they all don't like me. And I was so mad about it. Because I was just... What I was trying to do was not inconvenience him.
Yeah, but it's also the same thing with the lift. It's just like you're in a rush to get everywhere.
Yes.
What do you think that is?
Well, I really was like, I just know, I just feel like everyone takes too long.
Yeah.
I just really don't have patience for someone going like, well, you go down that hallway and it's going to look like it's 3, like, I'm an intelligent person. Just go left, first, straight down here,
right.
First left, go right up the stairs. But he was talking at a pace that I wasn't trying to interrupt him. I would never have done that. I literally thought he was done with the sentence. So I was just like, okay, thanks. Like, I was just trying to get there so dad could get lunch. But then I was made to look like an asshole. And he was like, he was hurt by it. And I'm just like, don't take it personally, dude. But you could tell that he probably has a girlfriend like me.
And
it was taking it out on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
Or his mom was like that.
Yeah. That's probably it. Final thought. So we're going to see Taylor Swift.
How many times is this? Just so
this will be
everybody can keep track at
18
home?
and 19
Damn.
for me. It is. I'm excited to go because it's like I'm excited for Matt to see it because you haven't yet,
Nope.
and you've watched it probably at home with your children.
No, he hasn't.
No, I watched
Really?
the Disney Plus.
The whole thing?
Yeah, I got through it, some of it.
No, you watched maybe like
No,
20 minutes of it.
I
Tops.
yes.
Okay.
No, 45 minutes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even listen to
No.
the album. I was like, let's listen to the concert
Here we go.
playlist.
You're getting,
Hold on.
To gear up, and he's like,
I've
we
been
don't
here
have to
before.
do
You're
that
getting
yet.
Hold
glazered.
up.
You're getting glazered
I know.
hard right now.
No. I said we were on the way to your parents' house, and you said, let's listen to T Swift. And I said, let's just talk to the kids. We're not going to talk to them for 7 days straight.
Okay, that was fair.
Good dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nikki would have chosen Taylor Swift over
Yeah, I was, we have
So
our
good mom,
whole
too.
life with the kids. We don't know how long Eras Tour is going to be around, or Spotify for that matter.
No, but I'm excited. And yes, I didn't watch it all.
No, but I was saying I think it's cool because you were at Fish last week. You went to 2 Fish shows.
Yes.
You're a fish head.
Yes.
A fanatic.
I'm a fan.
A
PH
fisherman.
fan.
Yeah, PH fan. And is there anything that you're excited about for this, or are you just excited to see whatever happens? Is there anything you're anticipating?
I mean, just the fact that it's sold out across the U.S. and the world, so that's obviously a testament to the fans. And then she obviously is like the biggest superstar ever. And you all have, I mean, you've gone 19 times. You've gone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm left out. And yeah, you guys.
What are you
she's
wearing?
the biggest superstar ever.
What are you gonna wear?
I have no idea.
You don't have clothes right now.
It's true.
But did you bring in a Taylor Swift outfit?
I don't even know what that means. I asked Lauren, I said, what should I wear?
Let's get one.
And I said, what are you wearing? And she said, I don't know.
Wait, you don't know what you're wearing?
No, I don't have anything. I gotta like hit up H&M or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you
wearing?
excited about?
Why you don't? Okay.
What am I excited about?
Yeah.
I'm excited about seeing what the fan base is like in Europe. It's probably still going to be mostly Americans.
Yeah, it's gonna
Is
be.
it really?
I'm
lot of
excited
Americans.
for her new TTPD
What's that?
songs.
It's the latest
Oh,
album.
the new album,
Yeah.
TTPD.
So Lauren's
Got
been to
it.
shows but hasn't seen.
Yes, I
the
went
new
last summer. I
song.
went to 2
But I
shows
thought
last
that the
summer,
Eras tour.
but I haven't seen the new.
So she's adding new songs.
She
I
has
thought you
3
said she
songs?
plays the
This is a
same
new-
How many
song every
songs
time.
from TTPD?
This album came out
3?
during this tour, so there's a new era, and so she added that era.
She took away some songs,
Got
so
it.
she fit in a new era, and there's about 5 songs.
Okay,
Wow.
so
Maybe
not
6.
all
Oh my god.
all of the
short.
17 shows you've seen so far have not been the same since that album came out.
Yeah, the last 5 I saw had the TTPD set.
Got it.
But before then, I saw 12 shows that were normal. And then, well, she added Long Live, probably 6 shows in, so that was different. And every show she does 2 secret songs that are different.
Right.
And those are so exciting. On Las Culturistas, Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang went to an Amsterdam show that I was at. I'm so mad that I didn't know that they were there. But they were talking about, I just love them so much. They were talking about how before she reveals what the secret song is going to be, so she like talks about, she's like, welcome to the acoustic set. And then she was like, this is a favorite part of the show for me because I work really hard to figure out like what songs to do, and she combines 2 songs. So when you hear the secret song, she'll do one on acoustic guitar, one on piano, and just know that halfway through the acoustic song that you will not know because you won't know it.
I've listened to plenty of Taylor.
You might recognize it,
For the
but
record.
halfway through it will change to another song. So you might think, whoa, this song just sounded really different all of a sudden. Just know that it's 2, she always mashes 2 songs together for each one. Am I a fan of that? I don't know.
Sort of like when Fish goes from like Tweezer to You Enjoy Myself
To back to
Farmhouse,
Tweezer.
back to Tweezer.
Yeah.
To do the sing that you gotta taboo, gotta sing gotta
Yes,
taboo.
that's
I
a
knew
good
that
one.
song. That's the only song I knew. What was I gonna say? The secret songs. What was I gonna say? I forget now.
Bowen Yang.
Oh yeah, Bowen Yang. Okay, so then the anticipation right before she starts playing. When she starts playing a chord and people are kind of like trying to figure out, but when she starts that first lyric, they compared it to being Kelly Clarkson right before she won American Idol. like that moment of like, because the crowd goes fucking nuts. And then I think Bowen goes, wait, I think Matt Rogers said this, and Bowen goes, wait, is it before, is everyone Kelly in the crowd, or is everyone the crowd at American Idol? And Matt goes, everyone is Kelly. And it's so true. That moment is so exciting because we're just like, because they were at the show where she played Guilty as Sin, which is one of the best new tracks off of TPD, and it's not in the set list, you know? So when she said, drowning in the blue Nile, we all were like, wah! Like it was totally Kelly Clarkson American Idol. So we're very, very excited about that. And,
What are you most excited about for the show?
I just love. I just am obsessed with. I'll probably try to sneak to the floor for Tortured Poets because I
what's
want
the
to
difference?
dance around freely.
Have you talked about the difference between the Europe floor and America?
Yeah. So no, I haven't. In the World Tour floor, everyone is just on their own. It's like general seating, right? So it's like everyone's standing room only, and it's like the Fish show. In America, the floor is seated. So I've been on the floor, but it's always been seated. And seated is fine. You just dance in place. But on the floor, there's like space to like really like get into it and like express yourself and just like feel the music. And I'm not trying to get in the front and be in front of people and dancing and being obnoxious. I'm proud to be in the back, like next to the concession stand, just dancing. I just want to be able to like move a little bit freer.
And get a Diet Coke.
Yeah, and get a Diet Coke, even though they taste differently in Europe. But my favorite part is Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. I'm very excited to see that. And apparently she has fit in a new shriek during that everyone is talking about. I have not seen it or heard it. So there's like a new shriek during Who's Afraid of Little Old Me that I'm very excited about. And you know what else I'm excited about? I'm excited about you guys being there because this is such a fun group of like people who are like into it and like we'll be just cracking jokes the whole time. We'll be talking about like our surroundings. We'll be like making fun of each other. And that's going to be really fun, I think. Chris, did you bring your shirt to wear? I meant to tell you. Maybe.
I did not bring a shirt.
Fuck.
I can't.
I'm the only one who's going to be dressed.
It's
No.
We'll shopping.
Right. We gotta go to Italy now, apparently, and barter for some shrimp and I don't know.
Wait, can I say one thing about your dad and the show as well? That he's been hanging on. You know, he just turned 70, and he went to Taylor Swift, and you guys had such a fun time there. But he keeps referencing, like, in anticipation of us going, he's like, have fun, I hope you don't cry. And he said that his friends, like, after you filmed that video of him crying, his friends were, like, going deep in the comment sections.
Oh, yeah.
Of, like, I don't know, TikTok and stuff that he's not on.
Yeah.
And they're screenshotting the funny ones, being like, but the one that he loves the most, he said, keeping in mind that he just turned 70, is that someone said, he's crying because he realizes he has limited time on Earth and he's wasting it at a Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And they kept calling him a pussy. Like, just kidding. And he loves it. Like, my dad is not scared of negative comments about himself. So keep them coming for him, but not for me.
Yeah. Are you scared?
I can't take Who's Afraid of Little Old You? Me. I am scared of your comments. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks to Lauren, Matt, and Chris for being on the show today. Thank you for Noah for arranging this. We will see you next week on the pod when we are back from Europe. Sorry for only one show this week, but you know how it goes. Would have had more for you, but travel arrangements got screwed. Love you guys. Thanks for listening. Don't be good. Bye.